Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a review. So today I have another YG Creations product, and it's the Core RBA. Made in China, high-end product, no mass production, comes in this tin here. And the content we have some spares, O-rings, post screws, a small, tiny, small screwdriver, which we know somehow from Chinese products, and we have a bunch of airflow pins. So the one I need is included right now here, and we have another chimney. I just want to point out that this chimney here is it's the MTL chimney, and I try to check out what size this chimney is. Let me just check with the pins here I have. Yeah, this is a 3mm, and for my personal likings, this is too small. I like the bigger one, and the bigger one is definitely a 4, maybe more, so 4 or plus. I don't know exactly, but this is the one I like best, and this is the one that gives me the flavor and throw that I like. So we've got the Core RBA. It's around 145 euros. You can buy this via the Facebook group or, for example, WAP store in France. The pins, or let's say quality-wise, we have 316L body case outside, 316 screws, peak insulators, included 510 connection, a bore capacity of 4.5 ml, and we have 6 airflow pins. It's a 1mm, a 1.2, a 1.5, a 2.5, a 3, and a 3.7 millimeters. We have these two chimneys, which I showed you, and these are the specs. I have to admit that the chamber goes on pretty tight. This is just one thing that I have to say. I really wished that we would have the same deck chamber connection like on the steam shell, for example, because instant access to your deck from the borrow tank will not be possible. Yeah, just want to admit that somehow, but with the cotton placement here, I think it's not the best idea to have an instant access. We have a nice quality. Everything looks 100% nice and fine. We've got an O-ring connection here, which is not too tight. So when you are going to open up your snail tank, for example, and you try to open up the bottom plate, then the chamber and deck will go off and your chimney will still stand inside. So if your tank is half full, then everything will work, and you could probably work on your deck here with the rest in your hands, and this will stay in your borrow tank, snail tank, for example. This is just, I think, important to know. Inside, everything exceptional, rounded corners, polished, very nice, everything excellent. The screws itself, you should open them just with a tool, and there is a peak insulator, and there is a peak insulator, and you should hold this because this here can go off. This is all done very nicely and works pretty good. So if you change your airflow pins, just keep an eye that you don't lose your peak insulator. Yeah, that works. Everything here like a charm, all good. Just check out that the threading is working. Yep. Didn't want to over thread anything, so now it's good. And then one very important thing, I tried to put this RBA deck here on 4 different mods. Bigo, Swissmax, my Modus Colossum, and so on. No, had no, the threads here were actually too short. I could not make it. The only mod I could make it was my Raga IO Aspire with the included 510 tool. And here I had the possibility to thread it in. Yeah, this is a little bit kind of curious, but it worked. The post screws here this is a small minor from my side, because these post screws are just very, very small. The tool I'm gonna use here is the smallest I have. It's a 1.5 millimeter. And yeah, this is just, I wish that these screws just would be a little bit bigger. But the system itself works very, very good. I had no issues for the system. And here comes my standard wire. Legs are down this way. Legs are left down, and 30 gauge wire like always. And I had no issue attaching this wire. Let's see here on camera if it is the same no issue thing. I have no idea because I do not see it quite well. Yeah, I think it's gonna work. Yeah, looks good. Yeah, that does not look good, because I did not check out carefully enough. So let's see if we can redo that. So I'm gonna use my standard wire legs down on the left side. This is apparently my second attempt now, because sometimes with camera and these small screws, it can be a slight hassle. Without camera, it's definitely much easier. Yeah, this should be okay right now. Okay, so with my 30 gauge wire, it can happen that the wire goes on the left side of the screw, and maybe it does not work absolutely excellent. So in this case, it did work, and I just try to, where is it? Here. My pliers. Just try to make my coil a little bit smaller. Yep, that's good. And what I do, I try to lift my coil a little bit up, as you can see, about the height of the posts, maybe a touch higher. That should work. So the posts with these small screws, yes, it can be a little bit of a hassle with very thin wire, which my 30 gauge is. And then we're gonna snip this off, relatively short. And we check out how long our cotton should be. Yeah, not too long. Cut the wings of my butterfly a little bit. Yeah, this now should work. And we're gonna prime my cotton right away. And then I try to put the cotton here a little bit inside this chamber, but yeah, not too much, just that this chamber area is a little bit filled. It's also okay when the very bottom of this chamber area, this cutout area, is not completely filled. We just want to fill the bottom area of this cutout, and that looks okay for me. And we are taking our chamber, and so now you can see where the liquid flow is. Push my cotton inside, and now the area or juice flow holes are filled with soaked cotton. That's all to do. Ah, nice. The tool is coming also here. And we're going to use a snail tank here. And we're going to use the chamber and check that everything is sealed and tight. Push it a little bit to the top here and put it inside the mod. I'm gonna use our drip tip adapter and our lovely drip tip, and yes, and working and filling and closing, and good it is, and we are ready to go. Leave that one open right now to see. Yeah, that's the core RBA by YG Creations. I wish that the instant access to the deck would be easier, because right now this is not very easy to do. When your tank is half full, then you can open up the bottom plate of your snail tank and you will grab the deck with the chamber. The chimney will stay inside with the rest of your liquid, and you have access to your deck, but not as easy as, for example, on the steam shell. Changing airflow pins, very good. Included airflow pins, very good. Quality, very good. Throated flavor balance, very good. Yes, it's the draw is really good. Yeah, it does the job very well. Absolutely nothing to say against it. It's a good RBA. Price-wise, 144 euros. Yes, it's on the top line, definitely. So you have to decide for yourself if it is worth for you. The only niggles I have is the very small post screws and the not accessibility to the deck instantly when you're using a snail tank. That's the only niggles, but the complete handling is totally manageable. Very thin wire post screws, yes, could be potentially a little bit of a hassle, because the thin wire could just be a little bit on the inner side of the screw, that the screw does not hold the wire properly. That can occur, but it's definitely more a problem here when I do record the video than when I am doing it with complete eyesight. So this is a good RBA, really good flavor, throated very good. Yeah, well done. I think that's all for today. Thanks a lot. Bye.